survivor has a circle, a loved one, a friend who stays with them as they go through the storm. Today, I'm here with Maxine, who reminds us that survival is not a solo journey. Maxine, thank you for coming and sharing your story today.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
We are good. We have a lot of background. We even work together.
Yes, we do.
And that gives us a different insight in terms of going through this journey. You're a nurse, I'm a doctor, but we also have relatives, we have friends, we have people that we know who have gone through this journey with breast cancer. Take us to the beginning, when your loved one found out that they had breast cancer.
Wow, that was an emotional experience. It truly was what they would say is an emotional roller coaster. I was driving when I got the news and I had to pull aside because it hit me so hard because this person is really close to me.
Yes.
And in the beginning, when she found out, she found out that she was positive. And, she just called me in tears. And, I was also feeling like I could have broken down in tears, like completely broken down so much that I had to pull off the road. And, but I remembered that, I am her support.
Yes.
And I need to get her through this.
Yes. Support. You are her support. So even in the moment where you are feeling fear for her, you had to pull yourself up and say, I'm going to be strong through this.
Yeah.
But there's something even more, I don't know what to say, special about this time in her life. Tell us about it.
Well, at this time, it was October, I think, I remember, when she got the news of her having breast cancer. Mm-hmm. And then in the following month, we had both wonderful, but it was so scary. It was, I don't even have the words to express it.
Unimaginable.
Right. She told us she was pregnant.
My word.
Yes, so it was a month apart from her finding out that she was breast cancer positive. And then the next month she found out she was pregnant, and it was
like a yin and yang kind of situation. What do we do? Where do we go from here? What are we going to do about this?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. And as a nurse, you probably had so many thoughts racing through your head.
Yeah.
How did your profession impact your ability to be the support for your loved one?
It was much more scary, I could tell you that. Yeah, because I know I've seen patients go through the symptoms. I've seen them, and their families having to push through each and every day because it's so hard, right?
Yeah.
And my thoughts were morbid.
Yeah.
Honestly, my thoughts were morbid. And I knew that, no matter what I do, that this is here.
Yeah.
And it's here to stay, So what could I do more than support her, right?
I think knowing as a medical professional makes going through health situations worse. I remember when I was pregnant, sometimes I missed clinic. Because we are the worst patients because we know too much.
It's
Any
true.
pain you feel, oh my goodness, I'm in preterm labor. What is that I'm seeing? That's a spot.
And you tend to panic more than the regular person.
It's very, very difficult. And for you had to separate being a nurse from being that loving support, that encouragement to your loved one as they were going through that diagnosis. And I could imagine how that would have been for you, but I am so grateful that you would have been there and you were able to be there with your medical background to be there for her. Many family members feel helpless when a loved one is ill. How did you navigate, how did your family navigate that feeling of helplessness, sometimes even hopelessness, because it's not every diagnosis that ends positively. It's not every diagnosis where they tell you, well, this is the next step and it's going to be a good one.
Right.
Sometimes you don't always get good news in the process. So how did you as a family navigate that with your loved one?
Okay. Well, when we found out that she was pregnant, we had a family intervention meeting. And we are Christians, so we are pro-life. Right? But in this moment, our faith was tested. It was really tested. In terms of me saying that, I mean that there was the option to abort the pregnancy, right? And most of us were telling her, abort the pregnancy. We prefer to have you around. You know, we prefer to have you around. And she held faith in God. And she pulled us up, actually. She, being the patient with all of this terrible news and all these terrible things happening to her, she chose to trust God. She chose to put God first, you know, and she refused. And I can tell you today, all of us have our foot in our mouth because I have a wonderful, beautiful 1-year-old niece, and she is bouncing and bubbly. Hear what I tell you. So I personally regret, you know, trying to lead her down that path. But I am grateful that she held faith and that she showed us how to have faith.
And that's the thing, my dad, he passed away from pancreatic cancer. And one of the things people always say in remembering him and remembering his process was that they would come to his room and they would break down because he was a stocky man and he had come down to nothing. He was a bubbly man, but he remained that way. His smile never left. So you would come to his room and you would be forlorn, you would be broken, and you would leave encouraged. So the support goes both ways. As the person going through the diagnosis, they actually support their family members. As they're going through it. I remember one night when he thought that he mightn't make it, he called everybody into a family prayer meeting and he prayed over each and every one of us, when we should have probably been praying for him. And he was that support. So it goes both ways.
It does.
And I love that you mentioned faith, because faith is very important. Even in what I do as a physician, faith always comes first. I don't let it go. I keep my hand held on to faith. Looking back, how did your relationship with your loved one change or improve because you went through this journey together?
Well, it was strained for a little bit because we were at odds with, you know,
management decisions
and where to go and what to do, you know. But in all, I realized I had a lot to do with her moving forward. And so instead of, you know, just putting up a fight with her for everything, I, you know, compromised, you know, and I see that goes a long way. You know, it goes a long way. And now we're closer together, you know,
because of it.
Because of that.
And when they are going through, they're actually very strong-willed. I don't know, like they get this strength. I am going through this. You don't know what I'm going through. I am going through this.
It was tough.
And so sometimes it can cause, you know, odds. It can cause you to be at odds. But we are there for them when we are able to be. And to me, it's a blessing to me, I am happier knowing that even as a child, I was able to walk with my father through his diagnosis. It's something that is strengthening.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I'm glad to know that I'm there for her, you know.
Yes.
Because
yes.
I don't think that anybody else could do it like me.
Oh, come on. What message would you like to share with families as they navigate any kind of health challenge, including a breast cancer diagnosis? What's most important, what they should do?
What's most important is keeping a positive mind.
Yes.
It's important to keep a positive mind. Where the mind goes, the body follows.
Yes.
Yeah? So sometimes it might seem like there's no way possible for something to happen. And then God opens up a way.
Yes.
God opens doors where we see no way, right?
Correct.
And a lot of that has been happening personally, you know, in my life and with my relative.
Yeah.
And now I am just hands in the air, God, you take control.
Yes.
And I promote that for other people, you
Yes.
know, believe in God, have faith.
Yes.
And, you know, try not to fight with each other. Just support as much as you can.
Yes. Thank you so much, Maxine, for walking us through that journey, that faith walk, that courage walk. It was very encouraging, and it took me back to my story as well.
You're welcome.
Maxine's story is proof that love is medicine too. It showed us that strength doesn't hide in the shadows. It stands tall in the open.